You were fucking right. That is a crazy that is a crazy difference in the Maryland Constitution than the federal Constitution.
Letting law-abiding citizens freaking, protect ourselves. They're all for the criminals, man. It's crazy. The only thing that I really had today was maybe talking about, right now that the gun grab, the Glock, banning Glocks and stuff.
What's the oh the yeah, that just went through in Maryland, right?
Right now it's sitting on Wes Moore's desk, and he can do two of one things: make himself look good and not sign it, but the law is still going to go through, or sign it. And I mean, I saved a couple videos of the one young lady. She was actually kind of explaining what's going on.
Glock ban update. Maryland, I want to just fill you guys in. So we had Senate Bill 334, we had House Bill 577, both effectively saying the same thing, banning, polymer frame striker fired, cruciform trigger bar, essentially banning Glocks here in Maryland. We watched both of these pass each of their own respective chambers. Remember, after that, then they go to the other chamber to be passed, and then it goes to the governor's desk. Well, on April 13th at midnight, Maryland had sine die, which means that it was just the end of the legislative session, but it had passed before that. So right now, this bill that has been passed is sitting on Governor Moore's desk and is awaiting signature. Now, here's where things will get interesting. I'm curious to see, just what the heck Governor Moore is going to do with this. I sure as heck bet he's not going to veto it because, he's just been horrible the entire way through. He has two options then. Sign it, it becomes a law, or if he does nothing, it still becomes a law. So if he signs this, he'll then be known politically. I think that would be a bad move politically because every single moderate, if there are any moderates left that still like him, would say, what the heck are you doing? Because there are lots of Democrats I know that own guns, that are not anti-Second Amendment. The whole Second Amendment cause has been utterly hijacked by a really loud minority. They don't know what they're talking about, and the rest of the people are just ripe for deception and go along with their weird euphemisms that have nothing to do with reality. So ultimately, Governor Moore will either sign it and it becomes a law, or he has 30 days from the session's adjournment to sign it. If he doesn't sign it by then, it still becomes a law. Right now, as the way these have been written, and they cannot be changed at this point, by January 1st, 2027, Glocks will be banned here in the state of Maryland, unless by some miracle, Governor Moore decides to veto it. One can hope, right?
Yeah, basically they're doing everything they can, every technical way to get around from letting law-abiding citizens freaking, protect ourselves. They're all for the criminals, man. It's crazy. They let people out. I mean, they gun charges, robbery charges, all these charges, and they're just right back on the street. They hurt somebody and kill somebody, and they blame the citizen.
All right, so right now on Governor Wes Moore's desk, the illustrious Maryland governor, is Senate Bill 334, which is the bill with an intention to ban many popular pistols, most notably the Glock, from purchase in the state of Maryland. Would also outlaw manufacturing and the sale of these pistols, mainly as they describe it, because they believe the pistol, which is true, the pistol can be easily converted to a uh, rapid fire style gun. They call it a machine gun.
But it's still just a
Gun, they love.
just looks it just looks like one because it's still just semi-automatic. You can't have an automatic gun.
No, so a switch. Do you know what
Oh,
a
you're
switch
talking about a
is?
switch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it can effectively be turned into an automatic weapon. I mean, a switch pretty much it alters the sear so that it is just on constant recycle. It's not actually uh, the bolt is never actually locking, right? Um, I get it. I do understand, the idea behind it. He has yet to sign it. I guess it's still sitting there. You were saying something about how even if he doesn't sign it,
Everything's passed. So supposedly the House had something, the Senate had something, then they switch it. Each side's got to read theirs, and they agreed on it. So it is law. So it's become law. They voted on it, became law. So now it goes to Wes Moore.
no, it's not
Now,
law yet. It doesn't become law till he signs it, but they agree
no,
on it.
no, that's not what she said. She said that if he doesn't sign it, he has 30 days to sign it. And if he don't sign it, it becomes law anyway. But if he signs it, that's here. I mean, this is what the
Yeah,
young, that's what I was listening to today.
yeah, let's see. Let's see what she's saying. Because that's
Um,
just not how our government has ever worked. So that would be a surprise. Now, if he doesn't sign it, the House, of course, could overrule his veto, right? But that would require
right.
a supermajority. Maybe they already have that supermajority, and that's why she's saying that. You were fucking right. That is a crazy, that is a crazy difference in the Maryland Constitution than the federal Constitution. Um, so, in the Maryland Constitution, if both houses pass a bill, the governor has been presented to take action. That's either sign it or veto it. If he does neither and just lets it float, it automatically becomes part of the Maryland Constitution law, which
Easy.
that's really wild. I had no, I mean, I've been to Maryland for, you know, goddamn, going on 20 years. I've been a voting citizen of Maryland for 18 of those years, or oh, that's getting 18 of those years. So, I mean, that's crazy, man. I had no idea.
Yeah. So and he probably won't sign it. So he can say, hey, they
Yeah,
try to pass a law about banning this, but I didn't sign it, blah, blah, blah. And he'll say something stupid like that. Or he just might sign it because he is so liberal. I mean, I don't know.
I
When
mean,
you sit,
that is knowing that that's the law. Then when the House passes that, they know that's the that could be the likely result, right? So
yeah,
that shows just how liberal Maryland has become, right? Because they know they're not passing that law. They know the implications. We pass this, the president or the governor has to do something. He can't do nothing. So either so it's like there's three options, and two of the three options are this bill goes through once
yeah.
once both houses pass it.
Unless for some reason, vetoes it, and I don't think he will. On the screen, we got a QR code. If you want to help us out, especially with all the travel and everything, and support the channel, go ahead and hit the QR code and buy us a coffee. And we'll see you on the next one.